Could this be the end or the start of the end of the Euro project if countries just feel they don't have enough support? And does it really rein into what the ECB can do?
I think of it as the beginning of a potential court challenge against the PEP program, because there have been a number of ways the ECB has constructed its programs to try to essentially allow debt monetization, which otherwise is prohibited by the Lisbon Treaty, and the PEP is the newest incarnation of that. It wasn't the subject of the German Constitutional Court ruling today, but the fact that the German Constitutional Court is at odds with the European Court of Justice over the previous program, the APP, means that you could see a court challenge in the future against the PEP. I don't think it's going to constrain what the ECB is going to do over the next several months. Therefore, I don't think it's a reason to be expecting materially wider spreads or a much weaker euro or lower European equities, but it is an event risk to monitor. If a challenge is leveled against the PEP program and the ECJ rules against that, then that's obviously a major issue around how European sovereigns are going to be funded. But that's going to take a long time to evolve. This is not an issue for right now.
What is the biggest issue facing Europe right now? Do you worry about all the debt accumulated by certain countries? Will Italy need a bailout, or is it too soon to actually worry about that?
Well, I think there's a very near-term issue around to what extent will easing lockdowns cause a big bounce in growth or a small bounce in growth. But that's a concern that's shared across every economy. It's not uniquely European. I think the European-specific issue is whether or not the way Europe has responded to the COVID crisis is going to lead to some flare-up in political risk at some point in the future, in those countries that feel like Europe did not show any solidarity. This is the Italian issue specifically. So you do always have to wonder if the way that the Europeans sort of failed to deliver transfers in size to needy countries is going to become an issue at the ballot box at some point. Again, not an issue for right now, but it should be in people's minds that this issue of political risk in Europe only gets amplified by the way the COVID crisis was handled.